G'day campers, welcome back to 1010 Adventures. Since my last video of test driving the Ineos Grenadier, quite a few things have happened. A lot of interest on the channel, and to all of the new subscribers, welcome aboard. Stay tuned, there's stuff happening. But I've had a lot of sleepless nights. Working out value of Prado, working out budgets, etc, and whether or not buying a Grenadier is feasible. And I don't want to say too much more on that, and you can probably guess why. But in all of my sleepless nights and working out, looking into the Grenadier and what owners' reviews are, looking at the Grenadier forums, looking at some of the comments in that video, I really wanted to understand why the Grenadier even exists. Now, my understanding from the little bit of research that I've done and my 3 a.m. doom scrolling is that the Grenadier is a love letter to the Land Rover Defender, the previous generation to what we have now. The previous generation was a true utilitarian off-road vehicle, for like a 70 series. It was built for being an off-road focused vehicle primarily. Since doing all of this, I wanted to understand why Jim Ratcliffe, the CEO of Ineos, decided to create the Grenadier. And it seems like the current version of the new Land Rover is one of the primary reasons he went down this path. So today I'm actually going out to a Land Rover dealer, and I'm going to try and take a 90 series 110 or a 130 series modern luxury SUV for a test drive. Now, I'm not here to compare it as far as its off-road credentials are concerned. It is going to be, everything I've read about it, it is still a very, very off-road capable vehicle. The question is at $160,000 starting, are you going to want to take it off-road? And I will admit, in my significantly less, lower priced Prado VX, it's a luxury car, and the first time I took it off-road, I was really impressed with how capable it was, but I was also really, really nervous because I didn't want to damage the luxury car. The Ineos takes it to a different level. It is still got luxury appointments in the, you can option in leather seats, which I would do. You can put in heated seats, which I would do. It has some significant shortfalls in other areas, don't get me wrong, but I think in a lot of ways I think it's part of the charm of the vehicle and why I want one. So I'm going to take a 110 Defender for a drive, or maybe a 90, maybe a 130, depending on what they've got available. And I'm just going to see how it behaves on road, see what all of the driver assistance features are like, and whether that is something that, just understand why Jim Ratcliffe's done what he's done. Why did they understand why the Ineos Grenadier even exists? Okay, well, I'm in the Land Rover Defender. It's a nice car. It really is. Really nice luxury interior. I'm going to actually pull over in a little bit and just get the camera out and do a bit of a round tour and show you what's what. But first impressions, it's nice to drive. It's very smooth. It's, again, the European indicators, so same as the Grenadier. So I've already put my wipers on twice. But yeah, get that. But otherwise, look, what it does feel is, as I say, it's very early days. The seats are comfy, but it's, I don't know, it does feel a little generic in that while the interior looks a bit different, it's still got all the mod cons, the big touchscreen, it's all buttons, There's still some manual stuff in here, but there's still a lot of it's a lot of electronics. Apparently there's a lot of driver aids in this as well, which some of it will be good, some of it will be bad. But this is also, this particular spec is to get everything that I would be getting with a Grenadier. This would be $186,000. And that's just way more money than I'd be comfortable spending on a car that I am going to abuse. And look, initial feeling, the engine's pokey. I'm only doing a little bit of speed, but the engine's, yeah, it's responsive. It's a capable feeling engine. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels. Don't get me wrong. It's a luxury interior. It's really nice to sit in, nice to drive. But I just don't know if I could justify the money for it. It doesn't feel like it's got the soul of the Grenadier or the old Defenders. I can see where Jim Ratcliffe's mind was going when he built the Gren. This is, well, it's not a bad car by any stretch. It's just not. I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I would be. Like day to day driving to and from work, absolutely, it'd be great. But I just don't know. It's got 20-inch alloys for starters, and the first thing that'd have to go there would be the wheels. But the thing is, I'm not sure about the size of the brakes, so I'm actually going to pull into a car park around here. Let's just do a bit of a quick walk around. Let me show you what we're looking at from the front of the dash. So look, first and foremost, the dash, the graphic interface is actually really nice to look at. Your sat nav is actually in your instrument cluster. I just guess there is so much here that I could see that could go wrong in an off-road sense. So let's get out of the car. Let's just do a bit of a surround look. So, number one, look at the size of those discs. I'm not getting much. So, yeah, I'm not getting a 19 on there. And I'm running 17s at the moment. There's just no way. It is a nice design. And I've only got a couple of minutes with it. I'm going to have to turn around and bring it back. So I'm going to whip it up to the freeway and drive it back. Okay, so going into the back of the vehicle, there is plenty of legroom. Honestly, probably not much more than the Prado. The leather seats, they're comfy. Wide center seat. That is a wider center seat than the Prado, but the vehicle itself doesn't feel wider. Add blue for the diesel, as they all have nowadays. Rear tyre, no rubbish bin attached to that. And the inside, much smaller area than the Gren. I'd need the 130 to do that, and that's when you start getting some really high-end costs. Yeah, look. I guess my other criticism with it, externally, even though it's got a metallic paint job, this stuff here, it is metal, but it looks like plastic. I just feel the car looks, for a luxury car, it really does look like it's covered in plastic. And for something that they reckon is a really good off-road vehicle, I just don't see it. I will say the steering's a little more refined. Just pull the windows up to get the noise out. the steering's a little more refined, but this is not a solid front axle, and again, it's not going to have anywhere near the articulation that the Gren's got. Auto engine off, and I can't even see where to turn that off. So I know it's compulsory, but oops, turn the wipers on again. I'm actually not going to go down the freeway. I'm actually going to take this back. Largely because I just remembered it's a pain from the direction I'm going to get back from the freeway back onto where I need to take it off. So yeah, I'm just going to head back to the dealership. Look, comfort wise, she's good. Look, she is comfortable. The seats are comfortable. They're firm. Good lumbar support. I feel a little bit more trapped in these than I do in the Prado or even the Recaro seats in the Grenadier, which is interesting because that was one of the criticisms Ronnie Dahl had of the Recaro seats in the Gren, is that they're a little bit more constricting. They're great when you're off-road, but not great for day-to-day travel. This is a vehicle that to me feels like it's more of a day-to-day travel vehicle, and honestly, yeah, I don't know. It's honest opinion. I think it's missing a soul. It doesn't have any character in my mind. It's definitely not. It's not the successor to the 110. It's might be from a brand directive, but it's definitely not spiritually. Jim Ratcliffe, you've done the right thing. You've done the right thing. Well, guys, I'm almost back home. I've actually recorded what I'm saying now 4 or 5 times. And it's because I can't quite articulate my feelings on the Defender. I can't quite articulate why I feel just But it's a nice car to drive. It's a lovely car to drive. The interior is lovely. It's clean. It's simple. Clean lines. Not a lot of stuff going on. As opposed to something like the Grenadier, where you've got switches bloody everywhere. You don't get that in the Defender. But externally, well, if you see one on the road, it's obviously a Defender. It still somehow looks as generic as a GWM Havel in some way. Like, all of the particularly Defender things, like the checker plate on the front wheel arches, they look like they're made of plastic. They are metal, don't get me wrong, but they look like they're made of plastic. The bodywork looks plasticky. The smooth lines just don't invoke anything. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below if you think I'm being too harsh on the Defender. If you think me calling it generic and soulless is just being too critical. Anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. A little bit of a extra request to you all. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. We're just 49 subscribers away from the magic number where YouTube start giving me a little bit of money for the time and effort I put into these videos. It'll help out the channel a lot, and while I can tell you it's not going to be very much, but every dollar helps in putting together these videos and helping buy equipment and things for you guys for me to review, for you guys to look at. So I really would appreciate it if you're not subscribed and you consider doing so. Otherwise, thank you just for taking the time out of your day to watch this little channel. I'm really looking forward to the next couple of videos that we bring out. There's some really, really exciting stuff happening. And for all the guys, all of you that subscribed off the back of the Ineos video, stay tuned. There's big things happening. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully something very, very exciting. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.
10 adventures.